We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome back to These Unprecedented Gays, your go-to podcast for all things queer, where we unpack the nuances of LGBTQ plus life in these unprecedented times.
! Exclamation, word, like, I don't know. I don't trust
And
it.
there's also dashes in it. It's their password thing is very interesting.
Very secure, yeah.
Well, and nowadays, some of them are like, you can't use an exclamation point, or there's certain things you can't.
It's hard to keep up.
I've used the same password since I was 16.
And it is very...
Don't say it out loud.
Let's just say...
Mormon 69.
Let's just say he could take a page out of some cybersecurity.
I have been hacked so much. I think it's finally time to retire
Maybe you need a strong password.
my 24-year-old password.
My mom, back in the day, this was a long time ago, her password would be our last name.
I love people. You know, we do these assessments of, like, when someone wants to come on board with us and they're already using the same program, we'll set up like an assessment of their system. The people who use the word password as their password is crazy to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
But is it like
Password
for demo or like just...
No, for their live,
For their actual
live secure business.
Yeah, but think about it. Like,
It will
password
tell you.
is like that one word you wouldn't think that that's what it would be.
Well, are we
It's the
coming...
first word that hackers guess.
We're almost coming full circle where everyone's passwords are so strong where now we're going to have to go back to like
Super
Apple.
weak one, yeah.
Or like Apple One.
Cat.
No, it doesn't meet the minimum character requirement of 16 characters, one uppercase, one lowercase, and then multiple other things.
You know what does meet the requirements? These unprecedented gays. I'm Paul.
And I'm Joe.
Hey.
I didn't know we were recording.
We were totally in a cyber world right there.
Oh my God, it's like
that was
meta.
sneaky. We don't speak it. Wait, no. We can speak of Meta, right? Like Facebook?
Whatever.
We can't talk about Twitter.
Well,
Elon Musk.
oh my God, so everybody, and this is going to tie into what we're talking about today, but it's like everybody is moving from X over to this one called Blue Sky.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's Blue Sky?
I don't know.
Is it like a
Smile to
similar...
me.
It's a new...
Blue skies.
Nothing
smile
but
at me.
blue sky. I don't know. I know there's a song about blue skies. I feel like we're singing the same thing, but I might be a refrain off.
So I guess it's a new app.
Oh, it's a butterfly.
And it's like basically what Twitter used to be before it got conservative.
Well, do you think people will, like, is it a lot of people are moving over?
A lot of people are moving. I saw a lot of my oomphs were moving over there.
A lot of your what?
A lot of my oomphs.
What's your oomph?
One of my followers. That's what they're called.
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah.
One up.
Oomph.
Oh my God. I love that. I don't have many oomphs.
I don't either.
Oomphs.
But I'm just saying.
I'm an oomph
You're
to
an oomph.
you.
Yes.
We are all
We're
oomphs.
to each other.
They already have 15 million people using it.
That's awesome.
Well, because people left Twitter when Elon Musk got it, and then they're like stuck on it because it's still technically like factual news for some people. But if enough people leave, then Twitter will be done.
It's just becoming Truth Social.
It's Truth Social 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh man, or sorry, X. Sorry, we'll get the name right. Oh my God.
So we were just talking about this when you guys were walking in about the Wicked, promos and all of the marketing behind it and stuff like that. So I want to ask, between Ariana and Cynthia Erivo, who do you think is eating more?
I'd go with Ariana Grande.
You think so?
Yeah.
In regards
mainly because Cynthia's super talented, but she's had a couple of like weird flubs that have come out in the she got mad because somebody like recreated the Wicked poster, and she's like, "How dare you? You're being disrespectful." But then the fans,
I
were
saw
like,
that. Yeah,
fans were like, "Slowly roll," and then she came out and apologized. She's like, "I think I got a little too."
But that's understandable because of what people try to do to people of color.
Absolutely, and I think that it wasn't wrong, but I think it's just like the way that it was reported.
And probably the way that it was handled,
yes,
was not the greatest. But I think Cynthia is eating because
her dress,
girl,
she knows her style is amazing.
her fashion
is so
also
awesome.
she's rocking a bald head. Like,
And I love
that's
freaking bald head
for
on
real.
women.
Like, that is bold.
Yes, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is the dress you're
but
talking
like
about.
that
I haven't seen
optical
any of
illusion
this.
dress
Oh
she
my
did at the one of the Wicked premieres, where it's like there's hands on her shoulders.
Oh, that's fun.
And
wow.
then, she is cinched for the gods.
Whoa.
That is like some
Violet
Chachki
Chachki. Yes.
cinching,
Oh my God. Can she breathe? Carson Kressley, can she breathe?
She is getting hands.
This is my
Are
favorite.
these like premieres in like all the other countries that are being premiered? Because it started in Australia, right?
I'm sure
I
they're
think
doing
they're like
some
basically
press
like a world tour.
Yeah.
When does it come
It
here?
better, Thanksgiving. It better be like the best fucking movie because
Well,
of
some
all of this press they're doing.
Some
for it.
people who have seen it in like the previews and stuff like that have said that it is amazing.
That's good.
So
I'll see it, but I'm gonna wait for it to come to stream.
oh, girl, you have to wait at
They-
least 2 weeks because people like Nick will be in the audience, singing all the songs.
No, I
The only song I know and can sing is Defying Gravity, and because I know you, I was changed for good.
you're not wrong. But yeah,
You thought Taylor Swift Eras was bad in the theater.
Girl,
I
Wait
would-
till Wicked comes out. All these queens go out there thinking they can sing.
I remember when I lived in Utah, I went to see Dreamgirls and Hairspray in the movie theater, and I went with my cousin Katie, and we sang through the whole thing. And there was nobody; like it was near the end of the run, and so there was nobody there. So we were like going down in front of it,
Oh my
like
God.
acting out the.
Okay, because like I don't mind if it's a sing along,
Yeah,
but
but
if it
it's
does not
not.
say sing along, I don't want you
Right.
singing along.
But and like, yeah,
I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
like,
Just like at the
respect the art of the theater. I
Right.
mean, Nicole Kidman didn't do that AMC intro for nothing.
Right, and it's just like when you go to a musical at on Broadway or something like that, or
Mouth
you see
it,
it,
lip sync.
Yes, that's what I do.
Lip sync.
I sing it really lightly under my breath.
No, when we saw Phantom, I was like, I want to sing every single fucking note, but I had to lip sync.
I just remember watching Paul watch Six.
Yes, it was the best.
There was a little booty in his scooty.
There was a lot of that, but I feel like when you're like, that's part of the experience. You know what I mean? To be able to have fun,
Right.
and to be able to like do what you like within
Do.
reason and not like hurting other people's experience.
Right.
I just love Cynthia Erivo so much.
I know.
They're just so both talented, and it looks like they genuinely
Like each
like
other.
each other.
Yeah.
Which is also really.
I'll see it. I think for me, I will wait.
They're also singing live, like
Yeah,
they
I
did
saw
with Les
that,
Mis. So they're going to be singing. It's not lip synced, which is also
Well, I have to see Moana 2 first, and then
When does that come out?
That comes out the day before Thanksgiving.
What was it? I saw that was like Moana's coming out the same day. Oh no, Moana and Wicked, and it's moaned. Like instead of Barbenheimer, it's moaned.
I don't.
Okay.
Whoa, Wiana, like Wiana.
Wawana. I like Wawana.
I mean, it's just like it is a weekend. The Thanksgiving is for the gays when you think about it.
For real, it's giving thanks.
Yeah, I wore my shirt the
Did
other
you
day.
get it? Oh my god, you have to. Okay, you have to send a picture. I need to see it because it's a T-shirt, right? You got a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a T-shirt. Yeah. And so anybody who wants to know, it's on Instagram through Snazzy Seagulls. You can buy this Thanksgiving shirt that was going around Instagram. That's a turkey with the eyes and the hands with the nails
Yes.
and everything going. It's giving thanks.
I love
I
it.
bought that right away, right when you sent it to me. I bought it right then and there.
I'm surprised
and
it came that quick. Like the Instagram stuff
I'm not
usually.
I'm that good.
Oh, I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. No, like usually Instagram stuff takes a long time.
Yeah.
But what is it? Snazzy Seagulls?
Snazzy Seagulls, yes.
Okay.
So, all right. So, yeah. How was your week, Joe?
Nothing too crazy to report. It's been getting dark, as we know, at like 2 p.m. So the motivation to do anything is dwindling. But the past weekend just kind of getting back into biking, which is weird because it's getting colder, sort of, but not. And then getting into my reading. So Andy would be proud. I'm reading a book on my Kindle. It is. Just to kind of, I'm trying to limit my consumption of news and social media, and just like I've been on it way too much. Where I'm like, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah,
let's escape into a murder mystery book, which whatever, but let's do that instead. And then prepping for Val to come this weekend, and that's kind of it.
And she just wants to do crafts.
I know, crafts in Coronado.
Okay.
Well, because she was like, oh yeah.
Craft on
She's like,
Coronado?
I'm gonna do. Let's bring some. I'm gonna bring like a craft surprise, and I was like, what does that mean? She's like, I can't tell you, and I was like, okay.
Do you like to craft?
You know my crochet journey.
Yeah, you did it, and you're like, you hated it the whole time.
I did it because my eyes were drier than the fucking Sahara, which is a dry desert.
And then why does she want to do Coronado?
She's never been to Coronado.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, are you really? I didn't realize that. I was hoping that they would have all the like the Christmas stuff up, but that is the I think the weekend after or before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Before it's given Coronado things.
Okay.
But yeah, so that'll be a fun kind of weekend, and that's all me. What have y'all been up to?
So this past Saturday, I went with some people from work, and we did an escape room at Escapology.
Where's Escapology?
Over by Belmont Park, and over in OB.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I never, we hadn't been to Escapology before. I've done escape rooms before, but like it's been a while. A lot of fun. We did Murder in the Mansion.
I was going to ask what was the theme. So
Yeah, so it was like we
Clue?
were in the hills of like Ireland or something at a party, and then somebody died, and so we had to figure it out.
Was it? Oh god, what the fuck is a leprechaun's name from Lucky Charms?
I don't know.
Lucky?
Lucky.
You did the mansion murder?
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It's like the hardest one they have because it scores a 9 out of 10 on the difficulty scale.
Did you win or did you get through?
We got through with 7 minutes left to spare.
Okay. Out of what, an hour?
Out of an hour, yes.
How many hints did you have to get?
Like, I don't know, 10, 15 or something like that.
Is there a limit?
No, there's no limit, but it's like, it is kind of hard because like...
Well, if it's a 9 out of 10.
Right. But like, the hints come and the hints give you something, but it's like, it's not exact. And then here's the thing with
It's giving hints.
Right. So here's the thing. Like, when you go into these things, it's always like, you go in and you're like, oh, I'm going to get everything. I'm going to look at everything. And I'm going to make sure everything is done. And then you think too hard. And then you overthink things, and then you're like, okay, wait.
I'm
then,
useless in escape rooms.
Well, and it's like, then you also have like, there was like 7 of us. So it's like 7 people all working on the same thing. So it's like, it's a lot of like, I just decided, I'm like, I'm going to stay over here, and I'm going to be the one that writes on the board our clues, like what we figure out,
Was it was it one room that you were stuck in?
No, it was like,
or you got to go into
one
another
room, and then another room opened up after you did a certain thing, and then another room opened up after that. So
is it like more like what am I trying to say? Is it like crammed or is it spacious?
It's a little tight, I will say that. So it was like but it was fine. I was like, you could get up to 9 people in the room. Like if we had 9, that'd be way too much.
I feel like it's a
us.
fire hazard.
Yeah, I feel like that too. So, so it was a lot of fun. We had a good time with that. And then I went into the office early on Monday morning and decorated for Christmas.
Already?
I was just like, I needed it. And like,
for real.
You're
like the Ray Conniff Jr. singer, or the Ray Conniff singers or whatever. We Need a Little Christmas.
Yes.
I think that's who sings it.
It was a lot of fun. So like, it looks really great. And then there were, we have this giant ornament that we have here at the house.
Yeah.
We used to have at our old house before we moved into an apartment. And unfortunately, I couldn't figure out a way to like utilize it here. Andy was like, "Well, we can just put it out in front of our front door," and I'm like, "And have somebody steal it?"
Oh, that's true.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I took it to work.
So he's protecting it, but I've lost it forever.
He's not lost it forever. And I took it to work, and it's in the foyer between the two offices.
Okay.
And so,
Because there's security cameras, right?
Well, and then people were loving it. Like a woman was over there taking a bunch of pictures because she was like, "This is so pretty."
You're like, "Yeah, bitch, I know."
I like put it all up. I put it with like flowers and like.
Oh, you went.
I decorated.
Did you put up a tree in the?
I put a
office
tree.
area?
I put up my Santa.
How much time before the office opened did you get
like
there?
2 hours.
It took you 2 hours to do all of that.
Yeah.
Girl.
Because I have a system and we have it all packed up and everything. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, is it at all the like decor at the
Yes, all at
office?
the office. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was a lot of fun. And people came in and they were like, "Oh my god, it looks so pretty." So I like that kind of part of it. And then we started doing this thing where we have a basket by the door, and it has rolls of wrapping paper that people have donated, that we're not using because we have so much.
Okay.
And then people can take a roll,
Like give a roll, take a roll.
Yes.
Like give a penny, take a penny.
Yes, and people have been utilizing it.
Well, I mean, oh my god, what is it called? Gift paper. Wrapping paper, like it's hard to find good wrapping paper.
It is hard, and it's like, and it was good because Andy was like, "We don't need any more wrapping paper," like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "So don't buy any from your friends' kids for their fundraisers," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oops. Oh no!
And then he's looking at me, he's like, "Did you buy some already?" I was like, "Yes."
But is that did it go straight to the donation pile?
Fundraising with wrapping paper.
They fundraise anything
Yeah,
nowadays.
they
They got the
everything.
chocolate, got the
They
wrapping
gotta do it right
paper.
away. So they do Christmas ones right away. So it's like, it was fine because I had some left over from last year that I bought at 90% off from Target.
Oh.
So it was like, I think that it cost me like $1 or $2 for like 4 rolls with bows and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
and to be fair, we still have rolls that we got from Costco 5 years ago that seem to last forever that we still wrap all our presents in. So it's not like we're using any of these new ones that he bought.
You're stocking up. It's never a bad time to have wrapping paper.
If we have another shutdown for COVID,
You're good.
We don't need paper. We don't need toilet paper. We'll just cut up the wrapping paper.
Well, and you could just wrap all the gifts throughout the year in Christmas present
there you
wrapping
go.
paper.
And like some of
Keep
them aren't
them
even
guessing.
Christmassy. Some of them are like penguins and stuff. And I love penguins. Oh. So it's time for mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth resuscitation. So Joe, what are you obsessed with besides hearing Baxter drink his water?
Well, so mine is food related. So I don't know what day of the week last week, but maybe it was a weekend. I think it was a weekend. I was like, oh, I'm kind of craving like a sweet potato or something, right? And I was like, oh, like what can I do? First sweet potato, and I'm online and like, how can you do something quickly? And so what's giving me life is stuffed air fried sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And basically you kind of like, you microwave the sweet potato so that it gets the insides can smush out. You scoop it out, and then you can put in like meat, beans, corn, any of like the accoutrements or whatever, and then you put it in the air fryer with a bunch of cheese on it to crisp it up, and then you load it up with like sour cream, guac, salsa, whatever you want. So I've been just like really obsessed with eating that every single day.
Okay.
Because it's like almost like a taco, but in a sweet potato. And I love sweet potatoes, so like I'm down for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been eating a lot of stuffed Mexican themed sweet potatoes.
They are actually pretty good.
But I think it's because for me it hits on my sweet tooth, but it's also quote unquote healthy because it's a sweet potato.
Okay.
So like it's good for you.
Starch.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fiber.
Yeah.
What's giving you life?
So, first off, our daughter is in Japan, so her pictures and everything are like giving me life.
Oh,
they're
what
having
city?
Such a good time. They're in Tokyo right now. They were in Osaka recently, and then they were in the Kyoto
Before that.
and then they were in the
Damn.
Philippines as well.
Oh my god! Wait, this is the like month-long trip,
Oh,
right?
it's a
Yes.
3 weekish. She's almost done. They're kind of wrapping up, I think.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so
So,
fun.
and it is great seeing their pictures and everything, and this is the first time she's been international, and everything. So,
Oh, good thing she has her passport.
yeah,
International, excluding Mexico.
excluding Mexico, but
And the cruise where she forgot her passport.
We will not bring up the...
I totally forgot about that.
I'll never forget. I think that's my favorite memory that I don't have, but it's like a pseudo memory.
So that's giving me life. Also, Andy found this great new dip from Costco.
Okay.
It is called Toom. TOOM.
What is the flavor profile?
The flavor. Would you like to try some with the wheat thin?
Oh my god! Oh. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. If you were gonna offer me a Triscuit, I would say no.
No, we
fucking.
don't do
Oh my
Triscuit.
god.
Who does
Wheat-
Triscuits? Ew.
love
Dumbass white
Triscuits.
people.
Ew.
Oh, see,
Mormons.
the Mormons
You
and
guys are
Jennifer
so
Garner.
about suffering. What is with you guys?
Jennifer Garner is the other person that eats a Triscuit.
Don't you love a Triscuit with some cheese?
No, give me a wheat
No.
thin. Wheat thin.
Really?
I like Triscuits, but...
Wheat thins don't do it for me.
Oh, wheat thins are amazing.
Wheat thins are life. I'm with you on the wheat thin journey.
Okay.
100%.
So it's called Toom, and it's garlic and lemon.
Yummy.
Is it just like whipped garlic?
I don't know. It's just deliciousness.
It's almost like with concentrated garlic.
Oh,
You
some
will not
my breath is gonna.
kiss anyone after this.
Sorry, I mean I do love. Oh,
It packs a punch.
Is it spicy?
Ooh. Listen to that wheat thin crunch.
ooh,
Yeah, you could hear it.
Ooh,
You
that's
can
good.
hear
Thank
it,
you.
listeners.
Oh my god,
I know, right? It's very
And it's-
good.
Ooh,
And you can imagine putting this on a lot of things, like even on a dish, within a
I
dish.
could just
or
eat it by
something.
itself. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh my god. And it's not too lemony. We went to the Costco in I don't even know Bonita because we went. Oh yeah, we also went to Las Americas to get just like shopping or whatever. But we went to the I think it was Bonita where we were, which is kind of not in any near like place where we live, and the samples were still out on a Sunday evening till like we were done, and they have a really good lasagna soup.
Oh, well, lasagna soup. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is really good.
And I'm also obsessed with the fact that my sister and my family will be moving back to San Diego.
That's
I'm very excited about that.
When do they come in?
So they are going to do a house hunting trip at the beginning of December.
That's soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Okay.
And then my sister's first day at work here in San Diego at the Gaylord Pacific is January 4th.
Jesus. So they have a month to like relocate.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Will they come and just be your neighbor here?
No. I love that they're going to be close to me, but I don't need them to be that close.
What kind of part of town are they looking in?
I think they're going to probably try to go down by Chula or around that area,
Closer, yeah.
so it's closer to.
You
the
also
hotel.
get more bang for your buck down there.
That's what I would
And
do.
there's a lot of cool, like unique areas that are popping up down in Chula Vista.
Well, and then now that with that opening, it's going to move people that way a lot more.
Totally.
So yeah.
Well, and there's public transit down there, right? Does a trolley go to Chula Vista?
And the trolley, and then you can take the ferry. They're going to start once the hotel opens. They're going to start doing a ferry from the hotel, the Gaylord Pacific, over to the Sister Marriott property on Coronado
awesome.
Island.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that'd be fun. I don't know. Is there a ferry? I think there's a ferry from Coronado to downtown, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've ever
There
been
are
on that.
ferries that go from Coronado to downtown every day.
Yeah.
And there are ferries that go from downtown to Coronado. There are ferries everywhere.
And then there's ferries that just go to Hillcrest.
That's what I was waiting for.
But the ferry, I'm trying to think because like
No, it
remember
leaves
if I-
from the like near the
port?
near the boats, the touristy boats.
Mm-hmm. Cause I feel like I'm having a memory, or maybe I'm making it up, that I've been on the ferry from Coronado to,
was probably
to
a bad
downtown.
date.
It was what?
Probably a bad date.
Yeah, I had a lot of those.
Did you take him there?
No. But that would be really funny.
I do love the ferry.
We know.
No, we couldn't have gone on the ferries because our inception was COVID era.
That's true.
Oh my god! When Val comes,
Go on the
do a round trip on the ferry.
Well, and there's a couple good restaurants right over on the other side, on the Coronado side, that you can go and grab a bite.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of those restaurants, what's the one that your friend worked at?
The Henry.
Henry? Okay. I might try and go there.
Okay.
But it's probably going to be hard to get into. Anyway.
Just get a reservation.
Okay, fine. So simple.
Okay, so this is the third episode in our trilogy.
Oh my god, it's a
social media.
trilogy in our 3-part series.
So this would be like our Return of the Jedi.
I want to pause for a second. Nick is apparently not too hating on wheat thins.
I love
Wheat thins.
He's loving the wheat thins, people.
I used to have wheat thins and
They're
eat it with
sweet.
cream cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wheat thins are good. If you have it with a little cream cheese.
Wasn't it Sandy Duncan?
Yeah, Sandy Duncan with her one glass eye, playing Peter Pan. Used to hawk wheat thins.
Well, who is this?
Sandy Duncan?
I don't know who that is.
She was an actress from the 70s and 80s, but she played Peter Pan like on Broadway. That was one of her big, live performance things.
Yeah.
But it came out that she had a glass eye.
Oh.
It's literally like the top.
Oh my god! Why would they put that picture?
I think that's AI or something. People just
Is it AI?
oh
Oh my god! Okay, there was a guy that when I was like not out yet in college, he was like a friend of a friend, and he was a little like more berry type, and I was like, "You're cute" or whatever, and like I remember. We had like a drunken night out or whatever, and then he was like, "Oh, come back and we'll snuggle." And I was like, "Fine." And I didn't know that he had a glass eye, and he like takes it out when you go to bed, and he woke up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I have a little bit of like trauma from glass eyes.
He was looking at you all night.
Oh my god!
did he put it on your chest? It was like, I had to keep my eye on you.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's where my eye trauma started. Oh my god. I hope he's doing well.
So anyway, so this is our third episode in our trilogy about social media. So
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
We were the
we did the bad, and the ugly already.
And now we're the good.
Now we're going to do the good, yeah.
And on a positive note.
Yes, exactly. And there's been a lot. We need the positive anyway.
A fucking man, girl.
Okay.
Amen.
So I did some research. And
I did too. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, here's the thing. Like, social media can do a lot of good. Like, this is a good example. So this past weekend when I went to the escape room, I could not go with Andy to go get our bagels. And so we always go to this place called Marigold Bagels at the Savita Farmers Market every Saturday morning. They open up at 9. We usually get there around 9, a little after 9. We wait in line. There's usually about 10 to 12 people or so waiting. But there's always a line. And we get our bagels for Saturday and Sunday. So I couldn't go this Saturday. And Andy's like, all right, well, I'll get bagels so we'll have them on Sunday. I was like, okay. So he goes... And he goes by like 8:45, and he's like, all right, well, let me like go home, start a cake, and then I'll come back. He came back at 9:30.
Just gonna go
there's a line at the bagels. I should just bake a cake.
Exactly.
We were going to dinner that night and I had to bring a dessert.
As one normally does.
Right.
But also like it checks. That makes sense. And it was probably like the best cake ever.
So he came back at 9:30, and there was a line of like 300 people. Like, we were like, we didn't know. He sent me a picture. He's like, there's all these people in line already, and it's like taking forever. It's around the block, basically.
Yeah, it was from like the end of the farmer's market all the way to the corner, and then it wrapped down the street halfway to the length of the farmer's market again.
Right.
It was crazy. I mean, I've never seen that many people at this farmer's market.
Only 30 minutes after it opened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So come to find out that somebody had posted a TikTok video about marigold bagels, and then everybody decided they wanted to go try it.
That's
and
how it goes.
I think that's great, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the power of social media. And the good that it can do is it can help businesses. Like, and it's done it for other businesses where, like, you know, maybe they were a victim of a hate crime or something like that, or they were getting ready to close because of COVID or whatever. And then people posted about it. And then all of a sudden, they're seeing this uptick in people coming by and buying food, and they're able to save their business and stuff. So you saw that a lot during COVID.
Well, it's almost like TikTok is the Guy Fieri of the common age of like diners, drive-ins, and dives. But now people post stuff on TikTok and it goes viral, and then it kind of like reinvigorates the business.
Yeah.
And you love when it aligns with the quality. I mean, this is a really good place.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that, and this may make them, they were thinking about moving into a storefront.
Oh, get a brick and mortar.
And so this may be like the impetus to help them grow into a new thing.
Yeah, it is like he had to put a limit on quantities for people.
I was going to ask, like, if the line was that long, they obviously had to run out.
Yeah, they usually run out anyway on a regular Saturday.
Like normally by 10, 11, it would be
they kind of knew that it was going to happen because they got tagged in the video and so they saw it and they were like, oh God, we're going to be busy. But it was like, I just think that's so great when that kind of stuff happens. You know?
There was another one, and it was like, I think a pickle dog. And it was like maybe a pickle sandwich or something, but it was like a deli that had, I think it was a pickle sandwich, maybe. But it was like the bread was actually pickles. And don't get me wrong, I hate pickles, but I was like, that's cool. But similarly, there was this whole thing that went viral on TikTok where people were like coming from out of state to go get this like pickle sandwich. Yeah. And I was like, not for me.
Well, and you know, and here's the thing, like they will, people will put stuff out there to kind of like bring attention to it, or businesses will do something just for the TikTok fame or whatever. Like when they were doing those rainbow bagels, there was a bagels place in New York that was doing rainbow bagels.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like huge, so people would go there. But like, I also think about like the Cronut. Yeah, when that came out, that was huge. But there wasn't a lot of like, besides Facebook, there wasn't a lot of like.
It wasn't, a hubbub.
But it was that viral, like kind of people on the street level excitement was built because that buzz was built at the social media level, not through big. You know, it used to be you'd put ads on TV or you'd add in papers and stuff. But nowadays, it is that word of mouth through social media.
And that's the other thing about social media that's so great is it shortens the distance between people and things. Yeah. Because like now you can tell somebody about something great, and it's like thousands of people will hear about it instead of just like your three friends.
Right. You know? Well, and there's now a community built that has a shared interest around something similar.
I think that is one of those things that is a light spot, but with a dark side, because some people become associated as influencers because their opinion is popular, whether it's a valid opinion or they're just a popular person.
Right.
And sometimes that gives them a lot of power in deciding
what the next thing is. Well, so I did a lot of research. I'm sure you did too. So I have some like instances.
I have 8 examples.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And I have 9 because the first one I have is, I don't know if it's necessarily social media, but it was the guy that is on, I forget his name, but he's on like House Flipper Show.
Tariq Al-Musa.
Yeah. Oh, you got that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have it, I just had it from like a recollection, but he had the show that was on HGTV was like Flipping or Flopping. Flip or Flop. And he was married to Christine.
I'm not sure about that, but I know they were going through some stuff.
There was drama. So, but like he basically had like a little bit of like a bump on his neck, and there was a fan that wrote in and was like, "Hey, you should get that checked out." Turns out, I think it was some sort of cancer.
It was.
So you got the
thyroid
facts.
Cancer,
right? See, girl, you researched. I had it in my brain, but I was like, okay, because the way I kind of was looking at it was like how. Give me some examples, Google, of like when like maybe a lost dog was found. I didn't have any of those examples. But then I was like, wait a minute. I remember like kind of something that actually really happened where it was not necessarily social media, but I think maybe it was like a DM or something, or like writing in where the fan was like, hey, I'm like a nurse or something, and like you really need to get it checked out. So he literally had his life saved because of someone seeing and writing in, which I feel like is like, okay, what if you could
it's
ask
still
for
social
anything.
media because technically she had to reach out through his Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that. But it's also like, again, that is another way for that distance between people and between celebrities, I guess. He's a celebrity because on TV. Yeah. But like to kind of shorten that distance between them. And now it's an easier way to get that information to them.
Well, and think about piggybacking off of that, when, you know, we've had Dr. Carlton on multiple times, and how he was saying during the MPOX whole ordeal that people were DMing him, and it was like almost like free medical advice, and he was like, I will help you, or like, you need to go get checked, or go do this, and this. And it's like that access of the immediacy, right, where you have like almost instant access to somebody to be able to have an impact. I think that's super beneficial. Like, if it's a doctor or whatever, like, obviously, you know, they can't say like, this is not medical advice because of legal reasons, but that I feel like is something that is definitely pro in the social media realm.
Well, and Carlton explained too that like, even just his presence as an expert that understands gay people, there were people writing to him from countries where it wasn't okay to even ask that question to your physician. So
that's
the
true.
only access that those people could get to good medical advice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I have a gay doctor. I had a physical yesterday and everything's fine, but it's just, I think I take for granted just the access that we have where we are, and I didn't realize that wasn't a thing. So that's my one. What do you got?
So Barbieheimer, because that basically came out of social media. When Barbie and Oppenheimer came out around the same weekend, it became this big thing because they were so they were
polar
complete opposites
movies
of what the movies would be. And it's like you've got this really girly pink frilly adventure, which actually turned into a very big feminist note.
Yeah.
And you've got like this nuclear
was it the atom bomb? No.
Nuclear
bombs.
It was the nuclear bomb, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
But like social media took off with this and created Barbieheimer, and that was like, it just created this idea that this was something you had to go do. You had to go, people were picking sides. Like, I'm going to go see Barbie, and then I'm going to see Oppenheimer, or I'm going to see Oppenheimer.
And they would dress they would be like half Barbie, half Oppenheimer.
Right.
I remember like all that was kind of fun. I didn't do that.
But it was great to see something like that come out of it, because it kind of brought people together with like this wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing. So everybody got into it. And you wouldn't probably have had that if social media wasn't there, because people take the littlest things and then make something out of it, and then it creates this larger thing. And so I'm just like, that to me is fantastic, because when people can do stuff like that, like, let's be real, when the fly landed on Mike Pence's head years ago at the debate, and like people were already like,
oh my god,
10 minutes later, like making memes
and then they had him on SNL.
Yeah. It's like, I just don't have that like creativity to be able to do that right away. So,
I don't either. And that's why we're not influencers. Although, no, we are funny, and we just are not as technologically savvy as people that can like whip up shit left and right. Like the like all the stuff with the oh god, what's the girl from American Horror Story? Where she's like, "You're not gonna get a pool, you stupid slut." Like,
Jessica Lange?
Yes. All of that, like all of the memes where it was like, it's like,
you're not going to get cheaper groceries,
right.
you stupid slut.
Your eggs aren't going to be cheap, you stupid slut. Like, I'm living for that. That's also giving me life. Oh my god, that's funny. So I have a kind of more like heartwarming sort of things, because I was like, there's got to be like, again, it's hard to break through like social media being good, because a lot of the stuff that I was looking at was like almost like an op-ed of like social media's influence in the world, and I was like, okay, I was like, just give me examples of like when a dog was found, right? So I don't think This story is about a guy that proposed to his now wife at KFC. And I don't think it might be the same story that I'm thinking of, but there was also another story where similar sort of thing. Maybe it was like a fast food restaurant where it went viral and people were like shitting on him. He was like, I can't believe you proposed at a fast food restaurant. Oh my God. And then basically all of these people like crowdfunded so that they could have like their dream wedding, and like it was fully paid for. So it was kind of like coming through the hate of like they loved, maybe it was like KFC or McDonald's or whatever, where it was their favorite restaurant to go to, and that's where they proposed because it was special. And the hate that they got online actually was spun into this huge positive light where they had this dream wedding and a honeymoon paid for, where like all these strangers were like, good for you, like this is amazing, I can't believe it, like this is fantastic. So I was like, oh, that's so happy. Also, I love KFC's popcorn chicken.
Okay.
We were talking about this over the weekend. I was like, Nick was like, I don't think they make it. And I was like, they better make it.
I don't like KFC.
What's your chicken
Popeyes, girl. Popeyes all the way.
Okay. Love
And then,
chicken Popeyes.
and then Church's comes second.
Okay. All right.
That's why we were talking about. We drove by Church's.
Well, Church's chicken,
Okay,
yeah.
because I'll tell you right now, anytime you have to put bulletproof glass up in front of your cashier,
Okay,
but put a hat chicken.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. There was no. 100%. When I lived in Riverside, the Pizza Hut, same thing. There was glass, girl, and I was like, and they were like, it's for your protection, it's for our protection, but you bet that stuffed crust pizza was gold. So good.
When I lived in Orlando, all the Church's chickens had bulletproof glass where the cashiers were behind, and I'm like, that's some good ass chicken.
Or some desperate customers.
Hey, they don't want to get shot.
You know, so I have one where it's there were these twin sisters who, after 19 years, were reunited because what happened was when they were born, it was such a hard delivery that their mom went into a coma for a little bit, and while she was in the coma, the dad sold the two babies to different families. Yes, and so. At one point, they were from the country of Georgia, not the state of Georgia. That's very...
Which could also maybe happen in the state of Georgia.
Correct, which could probably happen in the state of Georgia.
Thanks for clarifying.
So I guess when one of the girls was 12, the other one was on Georgia's Got Talent.
Oh my God.
And so one of the families of the girl who wasn't on there were getting calls like, why is so-and-so on Georgia's Got Talent under a different name?
Oh.
And so then that same one got sent a TikTok video later when she was at college. And it was a video of the girl who looks just like her getting her eyebrow pierced. And so they were like, she tried to go through the TikTok video, find out who it was, but she couldn't. So she put the video up on a WhatsApp at her university, and somebody who knew both of them got them together and through Facebook, and so they met up and reunited after 19 years.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
Well, and
your dad sold you.
They're going to need a lot of therapy for that.
But also, so they were
therapy.
on, one of them was on like GGT, Georgia's
Got Talent. Do they though?
Maybe.
I think that's like a 30-minute show.
I would watch Georgia's Got Talent.
I don't even know where Georgia is.
To be fair, Paul, I also don't. I don't even know where Georgia is in America. I know it's over there. It might be like near Louisiana, I think.
Probably.
And like the other southern states.
Yeah.
The southerns.
So the Southerns, yes. But I thought that was such a cool story, and I'm like,
yeah, because so
they
they
thought it had a
basically-
happy ending.
Well, so did they have any idea that the other existed?
No,
Oh my God.
not until she was 12.
So crazy.
And were they twins? Like identical
They were twins. Yes, identical twins.
identical.
Yeah, they look identical. I feel like that'd be a mindfuck where it's like, hey, you have an identical twin, and guess what your dad told you, and guess what your entire life has been something that you didn't know of, but like now someone's on primetime television, GGT, and get it together, girl. Cut to them in a documentary on Lifetime.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that exists in Georgia. Lifetime for women in Georgia. Oh my god. Okay, so the next one I have. Do you remember the guy that was on a skateboard and he was drinking ocean spray grape juice?
Oh yeah,
grape
To
juice,
Dreams by
Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
So I didn't realize that after he recorded that video, he basically got like a huge amount of ocean spray, cranberry juice, I guess. Also great for UTIs, so he doesn't have a UTI. But it was sent in a truck, and the truck was gifted to him too.
Aww.
So it was like a positive sort of like, hey, like also probably marketing for ocean spray, but like a nice like happy ending to a story where it was like all this guy was doing was just drinking some fucking juice and on a skateboard rocking out to Dreams.
But also good for Fleetwood Mac because it like brought that back into the zeitgeist.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah.
So, you know, kids are like, this is not a bad song. So,
and then the other Fleetwood Mac song
that I like that they helped him with the taxes for the gift.
Yeah, of course they didn't.
Cut to the
They're
story
like ocean spray.
Selling the truck to cover his.
It's not ocean spray. It's ocean pay your taxes.
So Taylor Schenker.
What was that?
Taylor Schenker.
Schenker?
Schenker.
Schenker.
So she started an Instagram page called Photos from Helene, and what she does is she takes photos that were part of the debris from Hurricane Helene that got blown over all over the place, and she uses them, puts them on this Instagram page so that they can reunite people.
That's pretty amazing.
No way.
Based on old photos. So amazing. The way she got into this is her house was not affected, and she lives outside of Asheville, but her friend who lives in Asheville was affected and her house was destroyed. So she went with her back to that area to kind of see what they could get from the debris, and they found a bunch of old photos that didn't belong to either one of them. So she kind of kept them, and then she started thinking, what can she do with them? And she started posting them and asking people, do you know who this is, or is this you?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so now she's got like thousands and thousands of followers, and people send her pictures and stuff to put on the page now to help. She said about 15% of the people that she's posted has been reunited together.
Wow. So that's a decent amount of people.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, when you think, there's, like, thousands of people out there, or, people are like, well, that's my picture. That's a picture of me kind of thing. So it's like, but there's all these, like, Christmas photos from Little League, people with their parents, that kind of thing. So I just thought that was such a cool way to use social media to help people out after, a natural disaster.
I would have never even thought about that. But also, like, that's just really creative to, I don't know, like, I feel like this is what, like, social media was for when it was made, like, to connect.
Right.
Not what it is now. And I think that I love the stories where it kind of gets back to the beginning, like, what social media was supposed to be, which I love. Okay, so I have a kind of like found sort of story too, and it's about the Burger King baby. So what happened was in 1986, a newborn baby was found wrapped in a red sweater at Burger King in Pennsylvania, and basically they didn't know what happened. And so the woman's name, Catherine Darrell, posted a picture of herself on Facebook holding a piece of paper with her story written on it to like say like, hey, help me find my family or whatever. It was shared just thousands of times. And then her biological mom ended up finding the picture and contacted her and was like, hey, like, I'm your biological mom. I had to give you away because I didn't have the financial means to like take care of you. But like, I'm really sorry. But like, it was a happy ending because they were able to connect. And that would have never happened unless social media or the internet was a thing.
Hopefully she did a 23andMe or some kind of like DNA test to find out if that's really actually her mom or not.
Smart.
Because that's the thing. Like, you are glad that something's happened, but you also have to be like, is this real or is this somebody just trying to get famous off of me?
Yeah, like Orphan Annie.
Exactly. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, she was very happy because she knows that her mom wanted her to be found. That's why she left her in a Burger King bathroom. Every time I say Burger King bathroom, all I think of is Digital Underground singing Humpty Dance. So when I read that one, I was like, in a Burger King bathroom. I'm like, I am so affected by like music and everything.
I just had a really positive social media thing happen this week. Like a Nigerian prince wrote to me.
Stop it!
He wants to pay you to be his sugar baby.
Wait, did you see that thing that there was like a guy, like I don't know if it was a Nigerian prince, but he like scammed. It was like a new scam, and it was like a guy in Africa, like the Nigerian prince sort of thing, and it was like $200 million, and I was like, it's not too shabby, mister.
I mean, if you can find people that will do that, like, hey.
Just protect your passwords.
Exactly. Do not use password.
Or do.
Okay, so mine is actually the amount of people who have become stars through social media.
Yeah.
So you have like Justin Bieber, who is found on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
And it's like, did you see? You didn't know that.
I thought he was found in P. Diddy's bed.
Oh, well, I heard.
No, he was found by Usher, right? Wasn't it Usher? Usher found him.
No, actually, yes, Usher did find him. Yes,
He's so talented,
but also
actually.
I think P. Diddy is supposed to be in charge of our oil.
Stop it.
Another one of those famous is the replacement singer for Journey.
Journey was his social media.
The replacement singer?
Right, because he sounds just like Steve Perry, but he's Filipino.
Oh.
So and you would never guess this little guy has this powerful voice, but they found him on YouTube.
And then you have Shawn Mendes.
Okay.
Was on social media. Yep, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd was social media?
Yeah, he was found on YouTube as well. And SoundCloud.
Oh,
yeah. And then
SoundCloud. There you go.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Right. No, because back in the day, and I'm not even talking that long ago, like I would say like 10 years ago, it's like, oh, I'm a DJ, check out my SoundCloud. Like, and this was like when I was trying to date people in San Francisco. They're like, oh, like I make music, they're like Tinder bio, be like, here's my SoundCloud, and I'm like, girl.
But was it good?
No.
Oh.
It was ambient mood music that would play really well at the W Hotel.
Which I'm all for, but like I don't want to check out your SoundCloud.
So Megan Thee Stallion was from when she used to post to SoundCloud and other
really SoundCloud.
Yeah. And then Carly Rae Jepsen became famous because she was putting out music, and then Justin Bieber shared her one of her songs. I think it was Call Me Maybe.
Yeah.
And that's what made her blow up. But the biggest one, and that's not literal, I did not mean to say it like that, was actually Lizzo. Because she actually, Truth Hurts was released 2 years before it became a hit. Because nobody knew what it was, and then it got big on TikTok because of the line,
background,
just took a DNA test, and so that's what made her famous, was it going viral on TikTok, and then people actually listening to the whole song, and then becoming a hit.
Yeah,
and then the rest is history.
Oh my god!
So I know, right? It's like that is crazy.
I mean, I know that a lot of not celebrities, but like singers and songwriters and everything, they'll get discovered from whatever social media platform. But I didn't realize there was that many famous.
Do you remember when we were all trying to make Vine videos?
Oh my god! Yeah,
I never made a Vine video. Did you?
But I will say this, like, there are so many people from like Vine that are still like that I kind of remember, but
that Vine was good. Those 7-second clips were the best. Oh, so good.
You know what else I love is the fact that things come back around when we do
I'm
these
ready.
kind of things.
Yes, I'm
because
ready.
Like Grimace. Now, did you hear about this? So when Grimace had his birthday shake out, it was like a purple shake.
This was a couple years ago.
It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But then people started doing these viral trends on TikTok where it was like a horror trend. where like they died drinking the Grimace shake, and like Grimace was coming after them. Like somebody made like this whole like video of him taking a drink, and then the lights going off,
and Grimace was in the background.
And well, in the doorway, you see Grimace.
Oh my god!
And then the lights come back on, and then it happens again, and you see Grimace, and it's Grimace running at him.
Oh my god!
And that's how the video ends. But it's like people don't realize that so Grimace is such a great character, but he doesn't get a lot of play because like Ronald McDonald is like the number one. But you don't realize that Grimace actually started off as a villain in McDonald's.
Interesting.
Like he had multiple arms, and he would steal shakes from Ronald McDonald.
Okay.
And so, but I just thought that was such a cool.
I love Grimace.
Like, who thinks of that to like mix Grimace and horror?
Clearly, some creative people.
And a big booty.
When you were saying Grimace, I was like, all I could hear, like, you know how when you say a word a lot, it's like, is that how you say a word? Like, Grimace? 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 Grimace?
Were you thinking like Grimace?
Grimace? That sounds like a gland. Okay, I think this will probably be my last one, but it's my more like heartwarming one. And it's a conjunction of the Instagram account We Rate Dogs, and then also there are plenty of social media accounts of like adoptable animals that then they get adopted. So the We Rate Dogs, I think they do. It's like the money that they get on ads or whatever they use for like dog pro dog sort of stuff. But then there's like adoption pages where it's like, hey, here's a dog that needs a foster home, or like, here's another thing. And then it's like, this dog got adopted and found its forever home. Usually I cry when I see those because there's one, the Dodo, I think it's a page.
God, yeah, Dodo, yeah.
I can't, like, if I see that, I was like, all right, am I in the right headspace for this to potentially like lose my, like.
I had to, when Cooper passed, I had to stay away from those videos because they were like triggering for me.
I will, every time I see a dog on a walk that is missing a leg, I get really sad, but then I'm like, look at this dog living its life. And then I was like, I need to give Max a better life. But I love that sort of thing where it's like
a very spoiled life.
There's a foundation. It's called the Cantu Foundation, and it's basically they take dogs from various shelters that are at capacity, and they are a no-kill. And they basically, with the power of social media, these dogs can find forever homes. People travel from like states, like across the country, to have just like a chance to meet these dogs. And I was like, oh. That's what I love it for.
Animal videos are the best thing of the internet. Let's be honest.
That's the whole point of the internet. Are animal videos, like that's for real.
And also news fails. Like I love a good news blooper. Still to this day, my favorite one is when there was a woman and she was recording like the segment and like the ceiling fell on her and she kept going. And I was like, this can't be real. And I think it was in like Romania, but it was like, get girl.
No, my favorite is the one where they're in the snow and they're like going up and they're talking about running and safety, and then people are like, oh yeah, we're okay, and then they run off and then
she's like, yeah, it's really good. It's good to run because it's really powdery and you have good traction. And you fast forward and she eats it. She eats it. No, it is the best. It is the best.
So a couple of things. You remember those ice bucket challenge for ALS research and stuff? They actually ended up raising $115 million.
Wow.
Through that. Like when you think about like how prevalent that challenge was, and
I didn't realize it made
like,
115.
How do they monetize that though?
Was it donations?
Like through donations and stuff. Like the amount of like that's how they gauged it through donations.
Just they had a bigger influx of...
Well, because like people would like when they were doing it, they would
pledge
so much, and then they would do 5 people who they would challenge to do it with them, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was like and they always try to get celebrities in there too.
I was gonna say the celebrities were probably the big players.
Oh, I did have that one. Oh, okay. So this one was from like a while ago. So Colin, who was a little 11-year-old kid, his mom started a Facebook group because Colin had a little bit of like behavioral issues and things like that, but he's a good kid. And she asked him one day, "Hey, do you want to invite your class for a birthday party?" And he told her he didn't think anybody would come because he doesn't eat with anyone at school and things like that. So she started a Facebook group asking people to wish her son a happy birthday because he didn't think he had any friends.
Oh my God, this is going to make me cry.
And I guess the first week or so, they had 60,000 people initially responded. And there's quite a few, 100,000 people over that are on that Facebook group still. And he actually went on Good Morning America and had a party and everything. So it actually worked out for him, And that's another thing that social media is good for.
I'm thinking about another thing that it's not social media, but kind of the age of technology where it was that one guy that sent, or maybe it was a grandma that sent hey, do you want to come over for Thanksgiving? And then it was the guy said, "Oh, sure," and then he shows up. And it was right? And they've been doing it every year.
8 years.
Right. But the fact that it was a wrong message, he's like, "Sure," and he's like, "Oh, wrong number," and she's like, "You're still welcome," and he's like, "Okay," and they still do it every.
They actually, year. I don't know if it was this year or last year or something, but one of the years they were doing it, they actually partnered up with Airbnb to invite 2 people to come have Thanksgiving with them.
Okay,
and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!"
Yeah. I just love how it's now this tradition. Ugh. See, there are things out there, y'all, that can give you some hope. Y'all. I've been saying y'all a lot to be more inclusive with work instead of being you people.
Isn't it funny how that subtle change has a completely different tone?
It really does. I'm oh yeah, how are you guys doing? Or hey everybody, how are y'all?
You people need to get it together, though. Y'all need to get it together.
Okay. The way, if you said it like that, y'all are crazy. You people dumb.
No.
So pro tip, instead of, if you add a little y'all twang to your vocabulary, it makes you a little, it's disarming. And you're a little less...
disarming, not unarming. That's how they're going to cut their arm off.
I mean, I would cut some of these people's arms off. Let's be real. You don't need that left arm. Or you're right. You got another.
There you go. Well, everyone, go out there, spread some happiness and positivity in social media because there's a lot of negativity out there right now.
Amen, girl.
So, amen. Have a great week.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to These Unprecedented Gays. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue exploring the ever-changing landscape of queer life. Until then, stay proud, stay fierce, and stay unprecedented.